Once upon a time, a long, long time ago. These angelfish were important to both Britt and me. They were a matched pair. They would play for hours, and she said they were playing as each other's reflection. When the one died, it broke her. She finally stopped crying and came to me with an idea. She wanted me to get the people that fixed me and have them fix her angelfish. You would do anything to be your little girl's hero, so I called and they loved the idea, the whole new field to help regain the millions they lost originally. At first I was worried of them being put together again, but Britt said that they both understood it was an accident, a little memory static fabric and electro nerve pulse implant. She said it was a miracle. She then started calling the new fish Daddy, because it was part robot, and she called the other one the normal one. Little girl, you know, Daddy's little girl. She had to explain it to me. I was so proud I told everyone. She was right. Then one day out of nowhere, her grandfather, my father-in-law, goes crazy. Actually, was. It was just that no one knew. He kills my wife, his daughter, and then goes after Britt, my little girl. He always wanted to be her hero, but I froze as he held her in front of him as a shield. At least no shot except for through her. Training says take the shot. He knew what I was, and he held her arm around his neck as he backed away. I could not shoot my dear Britt with training said to, but it didn't matter. Programming took over. I watched in terror as I fired into her arm and beyond.
Turn on the lights, you retard. We don't all have freaky deaky super eyes. We normal people embrace the light.
I wish we were fish. Again, I talked to the powers above. You know, the government. Another brilliant idea. She got the first truly cybernetic arm. They started a revolution in limb replacement, but top-of-the-line prototypes quickly became obsolete. She is not a happy camper.
Honestly, Dad, I wish you could at least try to behave as a human and not the hellspawn robot of Armageddon you are. As I have already told you, Dad, if you cannot control your accessories, then you will have to leave them outside. I think the sermon about your type and the days of Armageddon are correct. Dark forces control you. And if you are done eating, I would like to bless this meal unless that offends you in some way.
Please, go on. I just did not know you were here. Every generation wonders, with as bad as we were, how would the next generation rebel? Religion was how my parents, as most, had lost all faith after decades of child rape cases and life being found on other planets besides us. We just gave up the ability to have blind faith in a fantasy.
We thank you for this food we are about to eat. For as all you create, it is sacred. And dear Lord, forgive us the sins of our fathers. For it is your forgiveness we seek. Amen. You can eat now, but be warned, the food is blessed. I thought you would be happy if I left out the part about how all the creations of men who are without the Lord are simply creating the work of the dark ones.
So, well, how you doing today, if that's not prying into your life?
Look at this, Dad. I taught it a new trick. Every time you ask me how I'm doing, my arm expresses it for me. Neat, huh? You may have failed to find a way to help me fix this thing, but luckily my parish has somebody good with mechanics. You're staring again. Stop it.
I was listening to you.
Yeah, whatever.
And looking at the fish. Do you remember them? You wanted them on this table. I can move them if you'd like. Whatever you want.
You ever think that the robot one had wished it had died, instead of becoming a stuffed carcass? Ah, Dad! Your S&M robot wants to talk to you. Do so and dismiss it. Now I guess we all know why I can't have any guests over. It wouldn't go over well at the parent-teacher nights. Actually, Miss Britt, I was going to ask you on the quality of your meal, or if you would require more. But I would also like to inform you that your father has never chosen to use me in such a manner as you are referring. So I think that is slander. I would like to continue, though, and comment on your question. You asked me as I was coming out here. I think the enchanted fish may be experiencing life in a whole new way. That the common simple mind of a fish never could. I see. Lunch is fine. As I'm sure you were programmed to do, stop fishing for compliments. Oh, and I noticed you changed your voice. Why did it sound too robotic for you? No. I was finding that it may have been intimidating you. So I decided to alter it to a softer form. It is based on recordings of your mother's voice. Is it okay? I'm sure my father won't mind, but I have personally lost my appetite.
Maybe they could genetically change me into a fish.
Let me light hand.